Hey everybody, it's Yishan here. Today I wanted to talk about a cheating scandal. Now this happened at the European Remote Duel YCS where two players were playing on the bubble. That means they were both X2 and they were playing in the last round. And whoever was winning was probably going to make top 32. Whoever lost was going to sit out. Now, there was this post on Zodiac Duelist with video proof that his opponent cheated in the last round. Now, I can't name any names or show any footage because that is against Konami policy. Konami forbids the recording of these duels. However, he recorded it anyway and posted it to Zodiac Duelist, which is a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Facebook group. And as a result, hundreds, thousands, probably tens of thousands of people saw sort of irrefutable evidence that this person cheated, right? And what happened was the cheater, so-called, activated impermanence in his set middle column, right? Impermanence, for those that don't know, infinite impermanence, negates all cards in that column for the rest of the turn, all spell and traps for the rest of that turn, including that own column that impermanence was activated in. Now, he takes his Zodiac Barrage from his hand, puts it in the same column that impermanence was in, the middle column, so-called, and then takes his hand off, does something, and then slides the Zodiac Barrage over as he realizes his misplay. Now, this is illegal because once you take your hand off the card, per Konami policy, thank you Konami for updating this recently, that card is considered to be activated. That action is committal. It cannot be undone, right? The moment you take your hand off that card, that action is committed. And we have clear video evidence showing that this is the case, right? So they call the judge, they call the head judge. Now, the non-cheater, the victim, I'll say in this case, tells the judge, hey, I have video evidence that my opponent is lying to you, okay? Because his opponent was claiming innocence, ignorance, whatever, saying that he had activated the Zodiac Barrage in one column over. Now, the judges said, okay, well, sorry, we can't look at that video evidence. We're going to rule in the favor of the cheater, right? And I wanted to sort of offer my opinion. And this kind of sucks, right? Because a lot of people feel that remote duels, there's a lot of cheating going on. And I'm just going to agree with those fears. I guarantee you there is cheating in remote duels, and there's very, very little you as a player can really do about it. If someone wants to cheat you at remote duels, there's not really going to be much to stop you. There's so many ways to cheat, but you sort of have to just hope that your opponents are not cheaters. That is true. However, this brings an interesting case because Konami does not allow video recordings. So the victim in this case was also breaking a rule of Konami's by recording this match, right? It's against Konami policy. And I understand why Konami doesn't want that to be a thing, right? It's a lot of privacy concerns, can get them in a lot of legal trouble, and that is not something they want to deal with, right? So they make it easier on themselves. They say no recording at all, right? And Konami's in a little bit of a pickle. See, I know what a lot of the community wants is sort of, let's just ban the guy that cheated, let the guy that recorded go off scot-free. He did nothing wrong. And that is, in a perfect society, what I would agree with is the right option as well. But I just can't agree with that in our reality, right? And it's not that I think cheating is fine. It's just that from Konami's perspective, right? I just want to make this clear. This is from Konami's perspective. That's not what's going to happen. They're not going to just ban the cheater, right? In fact, what's almost certain is that the victim who posted this video is going to get probably at least a punishment, right? Because let's say they just ban, let's take a hypothetical, right? Let's say they just ban the cheater, right? And they don't ban the person that recorded the Remote Duel YCS illegally, right, against the rules, right? This basically gives everybody the green light to record their matches, right? It's basically Konami saying, hey, we don't really care if you record the matches or not, right? On the other hand, the guy got cheated. The guy who recorded the match got cheated. He's the victim in all this, so I can't really blame him for being angry about this and recording this, right? So what's the right thing here? Personally, I actually think that both of these players should be punished. And here's why. Listen, if you want to record someone cheating and catch them, I think that's fair play. You should take your punishment. It's like a noble sacrifice almost, right? I mean, I cannot see how Konami can't ban the guy that recorded the video, because he is clearly breaking a rule. The other guy is clearly breaking a rule. Now, some people might argue, okay, listen, especially in the United States, evidence obtained illegally, like in a court of law, right? You can ask MBT or some lawyer about this, but evidence obtained illegally can't be used as evidence against the person that's accused of a crime. However, the great thing about Konami is they are a private corporation. This is not the United States of America court of law. They can do whatever the heck they want. And I think the right thing here is to just, from Konami's perspective, okay, look, we have two players that broke the rules, right? One of them recorded a thing that we told them not to record, and one of them cheated, right? We should just give out the cheating penalty. There's irrefutable evidence that this guy cheated, and we should just give out the penalty for recording your matches. Now, the problem with this is smart players, you might record matches anyway just to sort of keep yourself safe. But it's tough because Konami really does not want to make it seem like they are allowing the recording of matches. So I can see they're sort of in a hard spot. So I'm sort of curious what you guys think is the right move here, because personally, I don't know. If I was Konami, I would just maybe slap the guy who recorded the thing with a 6-month ban, and the cheater with something much, much larger. I think that's sort of fair. That says, hey, we don't allow recording, but we're also not going to ignore blatant cheating occurring right under our noses, right? I think it'd actually be a big win, because a lot of players feel like there is no justice for cheaters, and that is sort of true. If you're a cheater and you do things like this, as long as you don't admit to it, nothing bad will happen, because there is no actual evidence, right? Witness evidence is just hardly good evidence, because first of all, witnesses suck, right? It has been proven many times that human witnesses are just horribly unreliable. There's biased witnesses, right? What is it? The most likely people to be watching a duel in a Discord room are going to be that player's friends, right? So that's just, that we can't take witnesses evidence, but we have cold hard evidence, right, that someone's cheating. And there's been a lot of accusations of players cheating in remote duels with nothing happening. If the evidence is put right in front of your face and you do nothing, you're not the American court of law here. You're a private, well, I don't know if they're a private company. They might be publicly traded, but you're a company that can sort of do what they want, right? Because you have players violating your policy, right? Just because someone obtained the evidence illegally doesn't mean you can't act on it. So I think that's fair. That's sort of my conclusion, that both of these players should be hit with a punishment. But I'm sort of curious what you guys think. Obviously, I don't want the player to that recorded the match sort of be hit with a punishment, but also I sort of think it's necessary for them to be punished, especially if you want to enforce those privacy rules and sort of reduce recording. And I think Konami sort of wanted to avoid this sort of exposure, but I think it's worse to have this kind of exposure and just not act on it, right? You sort of, if you're not going to ban blatant cheaters, then what's the point? Where are the players going to have confidence, right? So I don't know. They may need to, they're probably not going to make a statement. They're probably going to just sort of try to let this slide. But I think, I understand from a company perspective, that's what they need to do. I just hope that justice is served, right? Because, I know there has been cheating going on remote duels. Like I said, again, if you don't want to get banned yourself, there's not much you can do about that. We have our man here, our victim. I'm going to call him our man now instead of our victim. That's not a great word. He's sort of taking one for the team. I think he might know that he is going to get banned for posting this video, but he probably thinks it's worth it, and I don't disagree with him. It's a choice he made. He's an adult. I think he's willing to accept the consequences. But that's it. I just wanted to sort of inform you guys of the drama, inform you of my opinion and sort of what I think will happen and where Konami stands in all of this. So yeah, usually we get some really shitty Yu-Gi-Oh drama with like people posting dueling book screenshots of their opponents being stupid and just pointless drama like that. But we actually got some real drama today that's pretty interesting. So I thought I'd update you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe.